Hey, this is Nick Shell. Today I'm going to teach you how to catch a possum with your bare hands. Now I saw one go in there just a second. We'll take a closer look. Oh, actually that's not this video, sorry. I got mixed up on what video I'm doing. Oh, here it is. Comment, yes, that's right. Someone left a comment on a video I did just a little while ago, a couple hours ago. The video was called Dealing with Hair Loss, We Have to Talk. And the commenter is STI1G. Here's what they had to say, quote, "Why don't you just get a nice hair transplant done by a reputable surgeon? You could finally get your piece over all this nonsense," end quote. So thank you for leaving that comment. Anytime anyone ever leaves a comment for any reason, it ultimately makes me more credible as a YouTuber because it appears that that video is engaging an audience member and therefore it may be worth other people watching too. So I appreciate that. Not to mention, selfishly, what, 2/3 of my videos are based on comments that people leave, just like this one is. So I'm very grateful for the comment, and I want to honestly and directly answer this one. So it's implied by this comment that if I were to simply, well, it's implied, number one, that I don't have peace. I don't have inner peace because I have a receding hairline, and I'm Norwood 3, and I've begun the balding process. So it's implied that I don't have peace because of that. And it's also implied that the simple solution to finding peace because of the hair loss is to get a hair transplant, that will make things better. So those are the implications in this video. Of course, if you know me well enough and you've been watching me for a while, you'll know that that's actually not true about me. It's arguable whether or not I have inner peace despite my hair loss. I would argue that I do have peace, that I choose to keep making these videos because it helps other people and because I make money on the side. That's what I would argue. But your perception of whether or not I have peace, that's a different story. I can't tell you what your perception is. I can only tell you what my own perception is. But the fact of me, again, I have peace, but let's assume I didn't. A hair transplant would not bring me peace, me personally. Now, it may bring other people peace, and it does, I'm sure. I mean, for some people, that's what they do. And if that's what they need to do, please, I would say go get the hair transplant, do it. If that's what it takes to bring you peace and confidence in who you are. I would want anyone to do that if that's what they need to do. There's only one person I will not allow to get a hair transplant, that I fundamentally disagree with getting a hair transplant. And you know who that person is? You guessed it. That guy right there. Me, in case you didn't figure it out. I'm not allowed to get a hair transplant because it's against fundamentally what I believe. See, fundamentally what I believe is that my hair loss or lack thereof, whatever is going on up here, has no effect on my life whatsoever. That my life has not been limited, nor will it be limited if I go bald tomorrow. That's what I believe. And I also believe in the importance of aging with grace. I don't want to ever be in denial of what age I am. I plaster that, like every other video I say that I'm 36. And when I was 35, you heard about it every day. I will always acknowledge how old I am. There's a Corvette, by the way. And I will embrace that. And I will also embrace any signs of me aging. You're going to see more wrinkles the more videos I do. You're not going to see me heavier because I'm a vegan who works out daily. So you're going to see someone who remains physically fit. But yeah, I'll look older. I will age with grace. And I will do that with confidence and pride, and knowing that even as my hairline goes up and I get less hair, which is what I expect will happen, that I'm still the same guy, and I'm confident in who I am despite that. It doesn't matter to me. I actually made a video earlier this week talking about the fact that actually women are attracted to older men to begin with, even if they see that he looks older. The fact of looking older is not a bad thing like people think it is. Being healthy and active is important, but looking older, who cares? I fundamentally don't care. So let me close with this thought. It's implied that I don't have inner peace. It's implied that a hair transplant would give me this inner peace. And here's what I want to present. I say the opposite. I say if I did get a hair transplant, which I never will, if I ever did, even though I fundamentally disagree with me getting one, if I ever got a hair transplant, I would be very upset. I would probably get depressed if I got a hair transplant because fundamentally it goes against what I believe as a person in aging naturally and with grace. So I would feel like a phony. I would feel like a hypocrite if I looked in the mirror and saw that my hair was like this yet knowing really it should be back here and that it should be thinner. I would feel horrible about myself every day because I made a decision to do that. That's me personally. I'm not saying that's how you should feel. It's not about that. It's about me telling you I would not have peace. So A, I already have peace. But B, if I didn't have it, that would make things worse. Because fundamentally, I don't believe that I need a hair transplant no matter how bald I am. I believe that I never need a hair transplant. I believe that some people do need a hair transplant. And check out where I'm going with this. I believe some people need hair transplants not because they're balding, which is the obvious physical reason, but I think some people need hair transplants because it's the only way they're going to find peace and confidence in who they are. As far as that identity they have, it is linked to their hair, and they need that. My identity, my confidence, my peace is not attached to my hair at all. I don't care. Let me go bald. Let's do this thing. I'm not afraid of that at all. So, have I always been that way? Of course not. When I was 21 and I first saw the signs of hair loss, no, I was the guy saying, I need to get a hair transplant before I ever start actually losing my hair. I'm not going to be just another bald dad. You know, I don't want to be another dad who's losing his hair or whatever. You know, and here I am in my mid-30s and I'm married and have kids. I'm like, and I'm not bald, which really surprises me because I really thought I'd be bald by this point. I really always believed that. And it's funny, that's the irony, is that, and mentally that I sorted it out to where I don't want a hair transplant. I wouldn't take one for free. I don't care if it's the best place in the world. If they paid me to get a hair transplant, I wouldn't take the money. I wouldn't do it because it would make me feel horrible about who I am because it went against my beliefs. I think it has everything to do with your belief system and what you think is the cure. See, I think the cure is within. I think it's in your brain. But I think some people think that the cure can only be found on the outside, and for them, that is the cure. So, that's what I have to say about that. As far as these videos being nonsense, I will say this. I had 100 subscribers January of 2016. As of this week, I hit 1,400 subscribers. So we can call it nonsense, but it's popular, and people are relating to it. I'm not saying I'm the greatest thing. What I'm saying is, even when I lose people, even when I lose subscribers, there's more people gathering to this flock than running from it. Maybe it is nonsense, but if people can relate to it and people can engage in it, and that's what most of my videos are, they're based on comments that people leave, then I'm doing something right, and either I'm helping people, I'm entertaining people, I'm challenging the way people think. Even today, hopefully I've challenged the way some of you think about hair transplants. That there are people like me who honestly would be miserable if they got a hair transplant. I'd be one of those people. Thanks for watching this video. Keep those comments coming because they make the video look more interesting than it might actually be.